Hello and welcome to week 5. Why isn't my picture on? Oh, okay, I was blocking it. Hope you had a good weekend, a nice holiday if you celebrate the holiday. Okay, so we're in module week 5. So in module, the big paper at the end of this semester in module 7 is an interview paper. So this week you don't have to do anything with it. Just start thinking about questions that you're going to ask in this interview. Okay. Someone from a different generation than your own to interview about gender. Parent, grandparent, aunt, uncle, someone you work with, uh, someone you go to school with. There's lots of possibilities. And you're going to think up 10 open-ended questions. And then in module 6, you have to list at least 3 of the 10 questions. So this is just kind of starting to get you thinking about it. Okay. Different generations, shoot for 10 to 15 years plus. It could be older or younger. Asking the person in advance if they would like to participate. Set up via. Okay, sorry, my son came in and asked me a question. Um, Via phone, in person would be like the greatest, but I understand that you might have to do some through email or Skype, and you can use a pseudonym for it if you want. So that's something you should be starting to think about. 2 discussion boards this week, as per usual. This one first is Sports and Masculinity. You're going to read chapter 8 of your book and go over the lecture on institutions. And then there are 2 videos, Inside the Fight for Equal Pay for Female Athletes and Women in Sports, and write about those, especially I love the question about Billie Jean King and sports are a microcosm of society. I really like that quote. So writing about that. Okay, and then the other one is on feminism. You're going to write down your definition of feminism and then read the introduction to Bell Hook's book, Feminist for Everyone. There's the introduction right there. It's a couple pages. Okay, so you're going to read that. And then talk about if your definition changed or not. What lines or images stand out to you? This is also a poem for you to consider. Okay, so the next is an activity on institutions. Think about an institution in your life that has influenced or impacted you. Refer to the list below. These are some good examples. The other 2 I thought up while I was reading this are Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts is a very gendered institution, and the Masons and the Shriners. If you have any experience with them, it doesn't seem like it's as popular as it was before, but to be a Mason, you have to be a man. I think it's called the Eastern Star is the female version of it. But basically, they get together like a fraternal group that get together and do stuff for charity, whatever. But lots of good examples here: education, prisons, military. One of my students recently told me that in the military for the body armor, they have pretty much get to pick which one you want, but they have different body armor for different genders, basically, because it protects different things. So that was kind of interesting to me. So you're going to write 300 words on this. And then the last thing is just a reflection here, another 300 words. Observe a moment in your life when you notice gender. This could be in a conversation with a friend, a movie you're watching, a news report that you're viewing, or an interaction on social media. So if you're at a loss for ideas, there is a term, the Bechdel test. I had to Google it because I forgot. It's the end of the semester. Just my brain. So there's this thing called the Bechdel test that a movie must have 2 women in it. The women must talk to each other, and their discussion must be about something other than a man. So it's kind of interesting once you learn about this and you start applying it to things. You certainly don't have to use this as your example. It was just something that came to me while I was doing this. Oh, pop-ups. But it's funny when you see like a list of movies, like I think even like Harry Potter, Breakfast at Tiffany's, Lord of the Rings, these do not pass the Bechdel test. So at no point is there two women talking about something that is other than men. So, it doesn't have to be that. You can do anything, any kind of media, taking a walk, you're on a Zoom call. Just try to notice something maybe that we haven't talked about in class, and write about it in your reflection. Okay? So that's what's up for this week. Sounds good. I look forward to reading all your stuff.